Welcome to Jared Vlogs. This is Jared Vlogs number 2. Today is Monday. It has been 2 days since I had my last vlog. I'm sorry. I got tied up last night with some things. Now, I did have some comments. I do want to address one of those. And that's mainly what today's vlog is going to be. Because today was just a normal day. I got out of bed, went to the bathroom, my fingers slipped through the toilet paper, made coffee, sat out on the porch, finished my coffee, started smoking. I know I shouldn't, but I can't help it. Grabbed myself another Mountain Dew, not a sponsor, but do the do, be you. And then I came out here because my counselor told me I should talk about my life. Anyway, today's vlog is going to be about a comment I got, a private comment, DM message of my Twitter, Facebook account. And I'm not really good at editing, so I can't post the comment on my vlog number 2. Because I'm not quite sure how to do that. Sometimes I can figure it out on certain things, but on this thing I can't figure it out. And I don't know if he'd want to be or she want to be named, or whatever pronouns they may go by on my Jared's Vlogs number 2 about the question that they're asking me. Thought it was a tornado. Anyway, it's a personal question that I keep getting asked from this people. And I've only been asked once, but that's a lot for me. People usually don't interact with me. I've been told many things about myself that Anyway, the question, it says, "Dear Jared," that is me, "how did you lose your virginity?" And I normally don't like to go into these types of stories because sometimes they're graphic and I ramble and I'm not good with details. So it's not an exciting story, but I will explain the story because it's the first time I ever felt heartbreak in my life. I was 19 or 18, and we went to the park. Like, I went with my family. We're like doing some kind of family function, like, cookout, whatever, right? And I see a lady, probably 2 years my elder, maybe, is what I thought at first, but she ended up being actually my age. So that's embarrassing within itself that I got that wrong right off the bat. She had brown hair and brown eyes, like really, really brown, like really brown. And I remember she was wearing a Tickle Me Elmo t-shirt, which I didn't know if that was ironic or if she liked Sesame Street. So she came up to me, and I'm not a very sociable person. And I'm going to try to do her voice the best I can to try to help narrate it. And she's like, "Hey, how are you?" And I was like, "I'm pretty good." And I stuttered, and I didn't know what to say. She's very pretty. She reminds you of a lot of B. Arthur in her older years. And so we got talking, and I said, "Do you like Sesame Street?" And she says, "Ha ha ha, no, I just like the Elmo guy." And I said, "I remember watching Elmo as a kid." And then it was quiet for a minute. And then she said, "Ah, you're cute and funny." And the funny thing was, I wasn't trying to be funny. I just didn't know what to say. So then we're talking about Pokemans and how she likes to catch these Pokemans. And I said to her, "I've never poked anybody." And she went, "Oh, you're so funny." And then I found out it was a game, like on your phone, and you can catch them. But anyway, so we got talking, and she said, "Let me go get you a punch drink." And I thought she was going to punch me because I grew up getting punched, and people would say that. And I said, "Okay." So she came back and gave me a punch drink. It was actually punch. Red Punch, as I recall. But she did not tell me was there was alcohol in it. So I loosened up a little bit, and we were talking, and she touched my hair, and I got goosebumps like all down my body, and she looked and she smiled and she said, "You're so cute," and I said, "Stop it," and then I started blushing and I laughed, believe it or not. So one thing led to another, and I ended up leaving the event, and we stayed the night at her house. By her house, I mean it was a trailer. It was not a very nice trailer. It was ugly, and it smelled like marijuana and ashtrays. And she had like 2 dogs, Rolex and Timex. She said they were her watchdogs, and I don't get it to this day because they just barked the whole time. They didn't watch anything. So anyway, we get in the bedroom, and I'm nervous, and she's like, "Don't be nervous. Everyone's a little nervous the first time, but don't be nervous. It won't hurt a bit." And it didn't. In fact, it felt good with my pee-pee. And we ended up doing it a few times. And I know I'm blushing. I shouldn't blush. And then the next day, I wake up, and she's beside me. And then she says, "You gotta go." Hold on, car. And I said, "What do you mean I gotta go?" She said, "You gotta get out of here now. Last night was fun, but you know what? We can't do this anymore." So I said, "But please, I love you. I love you. I'll do anything for you. I'm in love with you. Please don't make me leave." So "You gotta go. You gotta go now." And I was like, "But I don't have a car." So anyway, I got dressed and we headed in. We went in her car. I remember it was a Ford Taurus, and it was really loud. And then she dropped me to my house, off at my house, and I remember putting my hand on the window and crying as she drove away. And I remember my heart just hurting so bad. The woman of my dreams is gone now. So I went inside and I did what any man would do. I went to my room, put on some soap operas, chain smoked some cigarettes, and cried on my bed. Some things I learned that day, some things can be taken away from, things can be taken from that. I learned some valuable lessons. 1, getting your heart stomped on hurts. Number 2, you should not pick up chicks at a family reunion, no matter how hot your cousin is. And number 3, I just wish you would have kept the baby.